What's up, you guys? This is going to be another total body workout utilizing a Weider Ultimate Body Works and or a total gym, and I'm also going to be incorporating my Concept 2 rower into each of these little circuits here. I wouldn't necessarily count it as an interval. I'll kind of explain what I'll be doing with it. If you guys don't have a Concept 2 rower, you can certainly use something else that I'll kind of give you guys some options when I get to it. But again, before I get going, if you guys like this content, if you guys want to see more exercises and or just workouts, it's always helpful if you guys like the video and or subscribe if you haven't at this point. And as always, I will link all the equipment that I use and recommend down below as well. So you'll see I did those incline push-ups just like in the last workout I did, and if you guys have seen that. Just starting to incorporate a little more calisthenics that I used to do and kind of get weak on that, so I want to do some more of those. Then just again some pulling for the back, and then I actually incorporate some abdominal stuff, which I haven't been doing as much of. I did some videos on this in the past, but don't incorporate a whole lot of, so I started doing again these leg lifts. I do some of the weighted crunches on here. I meant to do pikes in this workout, but I also forgot to do that. But this is again just a nice staple exercise. I'm just doing it just to mix up the movement patterns, honestly, just because it was just something else extra to kind of throw in there. But after this exercise, I get into how I'm incorporating the rower. Now, you guys can do something different, but the way I approach the rower in this workout, one, I just love getting on the rower as much as I can. I don't necessarily view it always as cardiovascular, and this is what how I incorporate it into this workout. Basically, I'm doing 200-meter sprints, and I set the interval setting on the monitor here. So it was basically set for an unspecified rest period, so I can kind of come back and check what I did. But I'm focusing on this more on my legs, and that's what the rower really does. It definitely works with ideal form and technique. It's kind of, you're working more your legs, and obviously your back and your hip and back extension are working as well, and a little bit in the arms as well. So obviously I definitely am pulling and doing some rowing, so I'm already doing this workout, but it just adds to the whole total body aspect of the workout. But really, this was my leg portion. This is what I kind of felt like doing, and so this was what I wanted to do. So this was essentially like my resistance training. So for 200 meters, it only really took me, I think, around 40 seconds, and that was by design. I wasn't trying to get my heart rate up, even though it definitely was. I was focusing on just really repetitions of pulls, and in some ways, this is kind of mimicking a horizontal like pull of a deadlift. You're kind of pulling horizontal, and you're also kind of pulling up a little bit as far as like the angle, if you look at the feet and the way they're angled. If you don't have the Concept 2 rower, I'd recommend something that works the legs in just kind of a forceful manner. It could be sprinting up like an incline on a treadmill. It could be using an exercise bike, putting in a hard setting. The assault bikes, which I recommend always, those are awesome to use as well, and focusing more on the legs is kind of pushing and driving. If you had none of that stuff, I would do squat jumps. You could do squat holds. You could simply just do body weight squats, but something that's roughly, no more than a minute, but something around that area, and something, again, for sake of what I was doing, more forceful kind of explosion in the legs is what I would kind of recommend as far as following along with what I'm doing here. And then again, just jumping into this circuit again, I think I do roughly 3 sets of these exercises. And I know, like I said, I got to start working on those pull-ups a little bit more, because I'm definitely getting weaker. But you'll see just various different angles, me doing the exact same 3 things. So pretty much self-explanatory. I'll keep following back to the rows. I guess the only constant I kept doing in all these different circuits was I kept incorporating the sets of the 200-meter rows. So you could choose to take those out. You could swap those for a different interval if you guys wanted to. Again, my mind thought going through this, I can't talk, was basically essentially doing upper body and saving the lower body for like a cardio power explosion type of stuff that was like roughly a minute. So that was kind of my mindset of what I was doing in this workout, just to mix things up and kind of keep it interesting. And again, just because I like using that rower as well. So I'll check back with you guys in the next circuit. But otherwise, I think I stay with this for about 3 sets. And I think I get a total of, I want to say it was 10 or 9 total circuits when you count actually the row machine. And this should actually take you guys a lot faster. My goal was to be done by 3. I was kind of crunched for time. I should have been done way before this. You guys could buzz right through this. I could see in the rest periods when I got in the rower that was taking me sometimes 7 minutes to get to the actual second round of what I was doing. I was just messing around looking for something on the computer, and I got distracted a couple times, and towards the end I actually had to cut the workout short. So you guys could actually probably go a little bit longer than what I did, or do a little bit more work than I did, or get more quality work in than I actually got. This was actually kind of a bad workout as far as getting in a lot of stuff that I wanted to get in. So that's that. I'll check back with you guys in the next circuit. Alright, so this is the start of the next sequence, and I got my head's chopped off here. I'm apologizing. As much as I was moving the camera around a lot, it seemed like it was in frame and it wasn't, so apologize. Again, just simple chest presses. I always get surprised every time I watch this how you really kind of notice how it seems like it really do these partial ranges of motion when I do these presses. It really doesn't feel like it when I'm doing the press. I say this many times, I'll keep saying it. I'm always focusing on tension, so I'm really trying to really kind of keep constant tension and pressure on the chest, and to me, I guess that's what it looks like as far as the range of motion. I think I am a little mindful of it, I think towards the last set, so I do start doing some full extensions, but I'm not complaining too much because I like the way it feels, honestly, and I feel like I work my chest when I'm doing in that range of motion, kind of focusing on the muscles. This is one, again, I just started doing this only since this is my second time ever doing this exercise. I did this in the last workout that I showed on this channel. I really like this. I think there's some benefit just to pulling your own weight, doing rows. It's also just a different back exercise. If you guys are people, I know there's a lot of people out here, here you see me kind of trying an angle that did not work out, so I switched back. There's a lot of people on this channel that actually just have a Weider Ultimate Body Works as their sole piece of equipment. So this just adds another just different, in my opinion, good exercise to do, incorporate into the back, just to kind of mix things up. And then here's this weighted crunch. This is one you'll see a lot in like old Total Gym infomercials and things. A lot of people love this exercise. I don't do this one as much, only because you don't get a full range of motion. Like as far as you can't really, it's just like with crunching on the ground, your back's kind of limited, so you can't really fully extend your abs. But you basically have to kind of think about opening up your stomach, and then those same muscles that are opening up and stretching are the same ones you want to squeeze. So definitely your lats are working. As you see my elbows coming down, but that's kind of aiding just in that crunch. So point is, if this is something you don't feel, you're not feeling get much benefit out of it, don't do it. I was feeling something out of it, so you wouldn't see me doing anything that I thought was just a waste of time. Definitely never would do exercise that I feel like I wasn't, again, quote unquote feeling here. Then again, I jump right back into my 200-meter circuit here. That's pretty much it with this circuit. I think, again, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you guys have any questions or comments, I will just always feel free to let me know down below, and I will see you guys in the next circuit. All right, so this is the last circuit, and as I mentioned in the beginning, this workout was kind of cut short by my own fault, just wasting time on the computer. I was actually just trying to find this song on the computer, and I just could not find it. So I was wasting a lot of time just searching for that. But by the way, if anyone got this far, I'll even put this in the comment section. I'm in need for a good pair of workout headphones. So if there's a workout headphones you guys like and recommend, let me know. You guys might have saw me kind of mess with my headphones a lot. These Bose headphones are nice, but they're just not good for working out when you're leaning over. They kind of fall out and stuff. So let me know if you guys have any recommendations for workout headphones that actually sound good. But going into essentially, you can kind of call it. I always end with kind of arms, some kind of touch-up exercises at the end. This is the one I actually started doing fairly recently. It's just holding it in this neutral grip, this basically a tricep press down. The main thing is that you really try and get as much flexion in the elbows as you can to make it kind of worthwhile instead of stopping short. Granted, I'm kind of breaking a rule I've talked about in this channel a lot, which is kind of letting the elbows come up, but I'm just getting a little bit of a extra little boost, so I'm putting a whole lot of stress on my elbows, so I'm purposely getting some momentum to kind of get the triceps going. But I actually like that exercise, and I just kind of stick back to, again, just those curls and tricep extensions, and then again I get the row circuit in, and again I follow up again with another sequence of that arm exercise. So I only really got like 2 sets of arms in, but again, that's okay. That's one of the benefits I love about the Concept 2 rower, and I know I've said this, again, like many things, I'll repeat myself. This is why I love this Concept 2 rower. It really hits a lot of the body parts that I don't mind hitting more often. So things like the legs, the back, extensors in the hip, even your glutes. Even though your butt is sitting on that little pad, you are still working and engaging your glutes as you're doing hip extension, and more so if you are really consciously kind of thinking about it, and again, you're thinking about form as you do this workout. But obviously your arms work to a certain extent. Some people, I say, if you want to work more of your arms, even though it's not quote unquote efficient for rowing, definitely just use more of your arms in that pull. There's times where I will use more of my arms in that pull. And I think I said this in that first day. I actually did the unboxing video for that rower, that I was going to show some kind of novel ways to use the machine. And I guess I kind of realized the way I used to use the machine in the gym, now I'm kind of conscious of it, because I was babying the machine, that I'd twist and kind of have the chain be rubbing against the side, and I will still do that, but I realized the point was that what I was doing, I think, really isn't really good for the machine. I don't think you're really supposed to be rubbing the machine against the side of it. I did a lot of like unique things with twisting my body, doing frontal raises, but the point was, yeah, you can be inefficient as far as the rowing techniques is concerned to kind of work certain areas you want to work more of. For instance, you could simply just row and do more of a leg push for a row. You could, again, pull more from your arms. You could simply curl with the arms. You could work your shoulders. You could work just your extensors in your back by leaving your elbows flexed out or extended out and just extending backwards. So tons of stuff you can do, but the point is, I just love the muscles that the row machine works. So that's it. This workout's kind of coming to a close. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. It's always helpful, and thanks again for watching.